to do it. Let us know on social media at UMG Gaming, at Ryan Fools, at Lando, at Reflections, at GoalieMH. Let us know thoughts on this series. Which way are you thinking it's going to go? Already diving into round one, and Mental is doing quite a bit of damage off the break, but can't pick it up. Rise, as soon as Mental decides to rush forward, they just collapse and make him pay for it. You love to see that play coming in from Rise, as that is 4 down for NRG. Solars, the guy that you said to look at, now happens to be the man that falls last.
And now Rise Nation's going to fight for the A-Hill. They're going to let NRG get off spawn. Here comes the break, and here comes that early utility. The bells start to ding. Explosive going to go in there for the last second touch. It's going to reset the hill, but the kills continue to come in for Rise. Wow. There should be a revive coming through. Shock of Xyz. Getting one. Can they get the second? Bray's going to be hurt. Shock. Does he do it? He does. Into getting another one. And he does! 5 dead! Rise Nation, what a way to start off tiebreaker. Almost ran out of breath there.
I don't blame you. We got to watch this one again. Shock. Up close. Takes down Braze and shuts down Solars for good measure. NRG, they kept piling one after another inside of the hill. Despite not having man count advantage, Rise Nation, they take down a majority of NRG. Constant waves. How impressive is that for Rise here early, Ryan?
That's definitely the way you want to start off this tiebreaker map, and a little finish him with a little okie doke at the end too. You see a little like boom boom chunk. Shock's got to be feeling himself after that one.
I know I would.
Let's see how they come out swinging this time. We are hopping on board with Detox, who, by the way, had a couple of big kills on that initial as well. Let's see how he continues. Moving forward, gets aggressive, hops over. Inzem is going to be down in your kill feed. The revives start to come through, but NRG is getting aggressive. Here comes Detox. Gets a couple shots on the Mental. That is going to drop him. So early trades come through. But the kills are favoring NRG. Detox tries to answer back as fast as he can, but unfortunately, Drix will be the last player remaining. 4 dead right now for Rise Nation. Solars is moving forward onto Drix, continuing to poke him. 2v1 situation that should be the down. They haven't got him just yet, and now Inzem's off spawn. Drix managed to stay alive, and Inzem gets both.
I was going to say, it starts to look a little bit like the last round. However, Inzem puts his stamp of approval here in round number 2, as the crowd is loving it. Everybody watching from the trains, getting a nice little spectating opportunity as NRG continue to force the issue up close. Can we see Inzem do it again? Unfortunately not. Explosives manages to curve the bullets. Taking down the first. Mental will play medic, and they will reclaim control here at A, putting down their flag. It's now pretty much, if you're Rise Nation, your home exists at B and stays at B until you can reclaim control at your own home hill. As they begin to force the issue, it looks as if NRG are not primed. They do not want to let this one slip. As there goes Inzem. Shock, the man who performed in this exact same area just moments ago, now has some assistance at the very least. Hill currently and still in control of NRG. Mental has to force his way out, and unfortunately will end out in a body bag.
That's 4 dead. Detox, he's on the flank for Braze. That's going to drop. 2 members off spawn. Rise Nation going to once again fight for this trip cap, and they have to at least get this hill break, because they're still down by a good amount. That break's going to be a great start. Drix gets 2. 2 more off spawn. Can they get in the hill in time? They're going to have to jump right into the blender. Drix misses a shot. Mental and Summons each get a kill of their own. Summons ends up getting a second, and he gets the third as well. What a clutch play coming through from Summons. 4 dead for Rise Nation. That will keep NRG alive.
You have got to be kidding me. NRG, I thought that was the smartest move in the world, what Rise Nation just did. NRG not going down without a fight. A few fights at the very least. As this round, this exciting one will only continue. Here comes the flash over at train tracks. Explosive, unfortunately, has to watch so many of his teammates drop, but can he stay alive? Goes for the roll. Ends up getting taken down. Summons, Mental. Last 2 players left alive, and they're actually going to go for the OE opportunity. Mental will get there. Summons is still up in limbo, so Hill's trading back and forth. Mental does manage to get the cap, it looks like. But still, that's not comfortable territory if you're NRG, regardless of score lines.
Yeah, Solar's an explosive, one spawn each. They know they can't go back in. NRG's going to have to make a big play down in numbers right now. Meanwhile, Rise Nation, a couple members aren't spawning in either, but the fights are underway, and it is a Vexies who get the better. Rise Nation, what a back and forth round. 3.5 minutes later, extending that lead to 2-0.
I feel like if you're Rise Nation, it's just, hey, keep it going, right? Let's keep the flow moving. Let's try to expose these respawns as well. But I'll tell you what, man, that last round was incredible. Just 2, 3, 4 different sequences where you think that it's got to be the round. That has to be the dagger. And it only continues. Rise. Perfect 2-0. Incredible stuff. But can they keep it up, right? Versus a very solid NRG team. Keeping in mind, folks, this game is for a spot in the finals. NRG has never missed a final when they've played in Emergence days. They've got perfect attendance. And can they keep it up? Down 0-2. This NRG roster, this group of players has been in this spot so many times previously. As Shock, unfortunately, takes down Detox with a few excess bullets from the Lancer, and Summons makes him pay. Vexies, thankfully, will be there for the revive, but you hate to see that for Rise off the rip, as now they're left to back up and force the issue here again. NRG nearly halfway at B. They have to back up. Ends up causing some problems, but Summons brute forces his way through.
NRG finally now hopping on that B hill. You're going to see Detox and Underpass inching over towards NRG home, but there's 3 members waiting. The pinch comes through. Members of NRG are actually focusing on Detox. That's allowing the other members of Rise Nation to move forward, but NRG secures the kills. 3 go down for Rise Nation. NRG continuing to build that lead with a 2 cap, and they need to get on the board. Like I said, do not want to let Rise continue to extend this lead. You're going to see Inzem up top, shooting for his teammates. Rise will be off spawn. Now they have a decision to make, right? Where does their push come through? They make this OE. They push over towards B. They've done so well at B throughout these first couple rounds. They choose to head over to the home hills instead.
That play from Solars up close versus Inzem. Knows that Inzem's going to fire at a random shot. Just waits, holds, and pretty much by doing more damage dealt, Inzem has to be the one to back up. Starting to see the collection of players gain here over at B. Smokes tossed everywhere, trying to blind the vision, and it looks as if they have accomplished that if you're NRG. On the other end, stuns being thrown through the smokes, and Vexies actually gets taken down toward the back lines. Definitely someone that you're worried about. Up close, the flash actually delays the revive. Detox, he'll fall. Vexies, though, is back in motion, but not for long. NRG lock up B. Keeping in mind, a big 1v1, and Drix, he'll drop as well. All signs positive for NRG to continue to force their way forward, and Solar's just hopping on C as well.
Yeah, and the members of Riot choosing not to spawn back in. Of course, they already have the lead, save those respawns. For the last round of the half, NRG finally getting themselves onto the board. This next round is very, very important when it comes to this first half. Obviously, we know it's the big, big difference between what a 3-1 looks like, what a 2-2 looks like.
Yeah. Getting a Mexico City preview, I tell you what.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we get these two teams facing off.
Definitely.
And had the live event. Of course, it's a blast to watch week after week, but nothing like seeing them both on the main stage.
Sure.
And for Inzem, of course, I mean, obviously he had a, his last event at San Diego, but this is going to be his first real event, in the pro scene, right? This is his first time consistently being on those main stage, right? You're playing in the Swiss phase, all those good things. But the preparation starts here, right? It starts online. It starts in tournaments like these. Or with summons now. And I do believe they changed the spotter. I believe Solars used to play this spot, so it looks like they made a little bit of an adjustment, putting summons now over at that spot instead of Solars.
Do you like that adjustment?
I mean, clearly they thought that it wasn't working. We've seen a number of times. I mean, Solars went pretty back and forth. Guys like Inzem, guys like Powers. That initial damage and explosive is there with the Inzem. Gets a hit marker, but doesn't secure a kill. 3 members of Rise Nation group pretty close together. If Vexies is going to be dropped, they don't think anyone is there for the revive. But the kills are being traded. Summons. He gets dropped. Explosive gets a second. With the train looming. does secure the cap on B, and it's going to put Shock in a very bad position right now for Rise Nation as Mental, despite getting hit by a brick, does secure the kill. So once again, early advantage in favor of NRG as Solars is moving forward towards A. They have the hit onto Drix. It's going to be a down. The Lancer Fire is going to come through. This is not good for Rise. And NRG is continuing to apply pressure over towards A. The spacing, the team fire, everything you like to see as you go to secure that final hill, and ends up actually getting down by his own teammate. Big opportunity for NRG to tie this up. A couple members of Rise off spawn, and they are met by a number of members from the COG team.
Trades, blood everywhere. Looks as if Avexis is trying to break on through, not able to do so. Still funneling through. Hey, why not? Half's nearly over. Let's try to make some fun come of it. Shock still available. Detox takes down Praised, and Rise able to survive at least for a moment, but in the sequence of all that taking place, Enzem did unfortunately fall for the final time in this half on 0 response, considering that Shock is as well. Current man on our screens, 3 players in front of him. He'll be the first one to dive on through. He'll drop, and this will be a round toward the side of NRG, as they will thankfully be able to claim this one back. We'd like to assume, right? Obviously with a very select amount of players alive from Rise Nation, Train and Bound, but still yet just denying the inevitable. Consolation kills is all these are. Detox finds one up close. Also gets a nice tag on the Solars. They were definitely having a nice little slow dance with one another, but like we talked about it, denying the inevitable, NRG manages to tie this one up. And I tell you what, man, it would have been huge for Rise Nation if they could have grabbed one of these last 2 just to have that sequence of an advantage, because, hey, now we're all level. It's time for the second half, and like I said, we're all at a clean slate now.
Yeah, when it comes to a team like NRG, it's not a team that you want to let linger and keep them close, right? You give those kids an inch, they take a mile and a half. So if you're Rise Nation, you cannot let them take the lead at this point. If you're looking to close this out, if you're looking to make a statement of where you truly stand when it comes to the upper echelon of teams on the other end, it's NRG, right? It's the guys we've seen too many times in the grand finals, right? The champions, the gatekeepers, the dynasty of Gears Esports. When it comes to a deficit, none really matters. We're going to be on board once again with summons. That same E-fight, so many times controlled by utility, shock grenades, insane grenades, whatever it may be. Kind of that early stalemate.
Both teams just trying to get a feel for one another. Not too surprising as hills do change up. Now toward the top side, we throwing in some nice objectives. Shock, of course, always. I feel like every time we watch him is always affected by shot grenades, making my life more difficult, but hey, no big deal. Currently down for the count again.
Yeah, and you see NRG on the aggression right now. They have them right where they want them. These are the positions where they are absolutely able to flourish. They get that initial down. You see how quickly they push up and how quickly they apply that team fire. They have the cap onto E. Now it's about defending at Rise Nation. They need to now get aggressive. Enzem gets the party started. That's going to be a kill on the summons. 5v4 situation, favoring the Swarm. The Incense comes through, doesn't connect. The break is the first start. Again, we are in the first round of the hat. There's our long spawn. Mental flies through, gets one. The trip cap's underway. The question is, where is Praise? Can he get to any hills in time?
No.
The answer is going to be no. Early aggression coming in from NRG. They get the E hill, but Rise Nation answers back with a big push, and obviously, like I said, it got started with a kill by none other than Enzem that gave them the early numbers. Advantage Rise Nation.
I don't even know what to say at this moment, just because I
that looked like NRG had complete control.
Oh, it totally did. It absolutely did. I really thought that had to be NRG's to walk away with, but Rise, like we talked about it, the thing that we've learned, do not assume when it comes down to these 2 teams. No matter the deficit, no matter the situation, either always has the chance, always the opportunity to bring it back. Here we go. Round number 6 inbound. Can Rise get to series point? Can they finally shut down the gatekeepers from making it to another grand final. It's about to be inbound. Enzem, Shock, doing damage off the rip. And that's a great beginning if you are Rise, considering 2 up, 2 down. However, the instant from the other side, explosive from range. Lovely damage done, and Rise is not happy about it. Here comes the rush from them.
She has the counter fire. Detox is going to fall, but it is a Vexi's double kill with the instant. That's going to force NRG to move back. And if Vexi's misses that shot, Summon's there to make him pay. Drix gets some nice damage in, but it's not going to be enough to down. Shot comes in as the reinforcements. Keep in mind, NRG still has control of this hill cap, so they're still building that lead. The push comes through. Rise Nation starts with the break. Now they're trying to bring in the reinforcements. 3 members strong up top. Lancer fire from all angles. Drix is going to fall. Mental dropped as well. Trades back and forth up top. The hill still in limbo. Rise Nation looking to get that full cap, but there's members of NRG right there. Flash after flash. Summons is going to miss a shot. He's going to get flashed back. NRG starting to move back. Rise Nation should get the full cap here, and they do. They can hold this now for a little while longer. They will get back when it comes to the time. But if NRG getting aggressive, moving forward, Explosive gets one. Praise there for the revive. And again, this fight is just so hectic, Landon. So fun to watch. Again, the push and pull. Couldn't think of a better description for it.
The definition of back and forth. NRG trying to force the issue. Keep in mind, they made it past that 50-yard line. They're happy with the cap. And a few of them will begin to back up. Why? Because there's a contest happening actually at F. Thankfully, it will be Solars who walks away with it if you are an NRG fan. In the meantime, Rise as well falters when it comes down to E, tossing out the Ensign, and Drix comes through with the power shot, takes down the first, but has no instant reply. Why? Because there's no teammate support. A good opportunity, a great effort, but Solars is there to clap along and say, hey, here we go for another tie game. Back and forth we go, literally neck and neck, all level at 3. Rise, they could not get to map point, series point. That was for most of the marbles. Not all the marbles, but most of them.
Certainly a lot of marbles on the line.
There are.
If we were, in fact, playing with marbles. And again, when it comes to that top fight, man, it's...
I like marbles, by the way. Go ahead.
It's just so crazy that utility just becomes so important. Where you place your flashes, how you use those incense, shot grenades. I mean, every single piece plays a part in how you can coordinate those pushes, what the catalyst becomes to take control, when you can even get the hill caps. And to me, it's what it usually comes down to, man. We can place those utilities better and we can shoot together better.
What's up with the catalyst? Who could be the difference maker in the round that will put one team on series point? Solars with the early flash, not looking to try and engage, rather just trying to have somewhat of a say on the objective. So going back up, Rise Nation maybe going to go and send Vexi's now over toward top entrance.
Target my mark!
There's the first down. The revives appear to be there for Rise Nation. Both sides of the map almost stalemated.
So NRG's kind of cool with it, right? They hold the...
They had that 1-point lead.
No shock at all. Vexi's first one to go and jump on in. Jerks as well says, hey, not a problem at all. Here comes the instant of Vexi's. Not affected. The shock grenade will distance back NRG. They also do have that instant to toss out. Here comes the opposite shock. That one does, in fact, take down Drix. Lovely damage coming in from NRG. However, as the fight begins to fade away, Rise Nation with hill control. NRG not about to let that lead begin to slip away. Shock grenade tossed out. Can't jump on it just yet. As that one begins to dissipate, as it begins to fade. Keeping in mind, NRG currently are forcing the issue. They still do have one player at bottom tracks who is debating on if they want to try and make that pinch happen. There goes the first drop, just one pistol shot. Makes the Vexi's have to back up. NRG, hill now in their control.
And Avexes launches the Incend across.
It's
That's going to kill
explosive.
Explosive. Solar's in a bad spot as well, able to get out. But now it's the chance for Rise Nation to get the break. You see Shock dancing around on that hill, trying to at least go for the decap to start. NRG is matching him when it comes to firepower up there.
This back and forth.
The COG team, yeah, will take the lead momentarily, and now they're coming with a fresh Incend, a fresh Shock Grenade. It's going to be so tough now for Rise Nation to get on that hill in summons. He's used those Incends a million times in singles. One of the best when it comes to throw in those pieces of utility. Gets that kill, and NRG have taken the lead as we head towards the 200-point mark. Rise Nation cannot continue to wait. They cannot continue to let this build.
Here they come.
Shot comes through. It's a little deep. Is it enough, though?
It actually does drop praise.
Members do go down.
It drops praise in the corner.
And that's 3 dead right now for NRG. Solars is defending the home hill. They need to get a break on that home. That's 4 dead. Solars is the last remaining member. If they can get on E and get this break, that'll be huge. Just got to throw bodies at it. The objectives mean everything. Solars goes down. Trip cap underway, even if they don't secure the trip. They should still be in good position. The kills come through.
There's someone at E.
Someone's hopped on E. But again, 3 members are still down.
Sure.
Rise Nation, they have both home hills. Can anyone get over to F? You're going to see number 2. That is going to be Mental heading over there, but it's not enough time, Landon. They have the 2-cap. Rise Nation have taken the round.
Wow.
This map is pure insanity.
Oh, my goodness. Absolute madness. Rise. Can they be the first team to do it?
And it was that shock grenade that we thought might have been a little deep.
Yeah,
we questioned if that was maybe thrown too far, but it actually looked like it was thrown perfectly. It hit the player behind the pocket.
Yeah.
Or sorry, in front of the pocket, I guess you should say. But to them, it was behind the pocket. And then it also did damage on a player rolling out. Double down. They instantly capitalize on those 2 kills. And now if you're Rise Nation, you have the opportunity to finish this off. 2 rounds to be exact.
6 straight grand final appearances for NRG. Can Rise Nation cut them short? It's been 1 week since Rise found themselves in the finals, and they ended up taking down NRG in the process of it. It was a hot 2-0. It shocked us all, shocked the entire Gears of War community. But can they do it again? NRG off the rip, knowing what lies in the balance, knowing the streak that currently exists. Can they keep it up? Hive are enjoying every single second of it along with us. Here comes the push. Utility tossed out, shock grenades, flashes aplenty. Rise managed to hold it, but yet again, Incends reign supreme, and Avexes comes through and instantly replies on the other end. It looked as if it was all positive for NRG, but just when we start to think that Rise Nation give us a level head and they continue to hold on to the E-Hill.
Avexes with yet another double kill with those Incends, making such good use of that utility. We talked about the idea that utility really does control this top side of the fight. Rise Nation can continue to utilize those Incends and those shock grenades. They'll be in a good position as players go down on each side. The revives come through. E-Hill still uncapped. Of course, Rise Nation did build about a 20-point lead throughout that process. You got to imagine NRG is trying to hop right on for this full cap. That early flash comes through. Solars is going to get dropped. Of course, the revive should be there. The Incend comes through. It's not going to be enough this time. And who else but Avexes in your kill feed with the Incend? But they're both met by the Lancer Fire of NRG.
Praise!
Just swinging the knife everywhere in sight. 3, make that 4 down for Rise Nation. Avexes got the Incend kill, but it just wasn't enough. NRG begin to swarm the members of Rise Nation. The lead will be theirs shortly. Of course, respawns are getting quicker and quicker over time. Rise Nation still with plenty of time in this round. Now you got to wonder where their push comes from next. You got to imagine they're both going to go back for fresh utility. There's the 2 shock grenades. There's the Incend. And there comes the push. Solars is there waiting. Stays composed. Mental dies by the train. 2 down for NRG. And you see Shock is able to sit in that pocket and not get affected. The square centimeter of safety is keeping him alive as he downs the player in pocket. A down comes through. The kill comes through as well, and no one is on the NRG home hill. Rise are beginning to move forward up top.
Play number 8 as well.
Here comes the 2-cap. They've retaken the lead.
Drix drops!
Jumps into Mental's right hand. Isn't able to get that, but Rise, as we head to the 200-point mark, has the 2 hills you want.
But look at player number 2. Keep in mind, Mental is trying to make the overextension. They're not having all the success that they want over at E. Maybe it was just a bait. Mental, thankfully, gets masked. Gets camouflaged by the train. NRG, they hop right back in at E, but is it enough? Actually, F, player number 9, he dived over Avexes. He somehow managed to slip through the cracks. He somehow managed to break NRG's own home hill, despite them realizing that he was there. Rise, they just need to hold on to D. 10 more seconds. Can they keep it up? Mental drops as well. Player number 5, the only one who can get there in time. E in limbo, and it will, in fact, be Rise Nation who takes down NRG 5 rounds to 3. And for the first time in Emergence days, after 6 straight weeks, NRG will not this time be in the grand finals. Unbelievable, Ryan.
We asked ourselves the question kind of when we hopped into this match, where exactly does this Rise Nation team truly sit? Of course, they had that dominant week after the team change. So we said, okay, is this team the real deal, or is this the honeymoon phase? Of course, they come back the next week, 2-0'd by Reciprocity. Now we have this week, okay, here's a great opportunity. They get a nice win over Fire and Ice. Here comes another match with NRG. This is going to be our true test. And man, did they pass, winning that tiebreaker map on Asylum 5-3 against NRG. At least in Emergence days now, they've beat NRG the last 2 times they played them.
Yeah, they absolutely have.
And if there's any team to beat twice, that's the team.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. And now, obviously, this sets up a very interesting kind of sequence for us. But just in general, I know you kind of talked about it. This kind of legitimizes the Rise Nation roster, at least in terms of Emergence days, because it wasn't just 1 week, right? It has now been on 2 different occasions, 2 different tournaments in which